Hello, fellow Factorians, and welcome back to my Pyanodons challenge run. During the last episode, I worked on being prepared for hot air this episode, and that technology has unlocked, so this is what I'm planning to do next. I set up a coke oven gas system. I finished off working on extending my basic substrate build. I worked on a logs build that almost is finished up, and did a number of other tweaks to be ready for hot air to be added to the base. During the hands-off period, I mostly did a fishing trip. I also collected some seaweed because I'd forgotten to build an additional seaweed farm to be able to add modules to the Pi 1 build. And things went smoothly until they did not. It seems like I'm missing and have a few errors still in my Rouk setup, including ones that I thought I'd fixed, so feeling bad about that. But yeah, my Rouks didn't keep up, and then I ran short on formic acid, so I ran short on latex, and then Pi 1 collapsed for a little bit, and it's another failure, so I've got another entry in the Memento Mori book. That said, the tech did unlock, so I'm ready to tackle adding hot air to the base after I do a few corrective fixes. Looking forward to joining you in the live play. So, another failure. I've logged it into my Memento Mori book as fail number 13 for insufficient rock production. And there is lots of cause for it. Turns out my rock area was riddled with problems. So, first things first, I'm going to go and address that. This is especially bad for me because I need more latex, not less latex. I need to kind of develop a buffer of latex rather than have insufficient, because if I don't have a buffer of latex, I'm going to keep having little interruptions as my caravans have to drop off to 2 different outposts for latex instead of just 1. So yeah, I'm going to kind of slow down latex production to let it catch up while I fix the Rouk issues. So first let's go into hands-on mode and start fixing those issues. I'll show you what they are once I get down there. So the biggest issue is that I did not put in all the native flora collectors I needed. I even had blueprints here, but you could not see them because native flora collectors are nearly invisible, especially when you put them on top of the native flora. So yeah, that meant the reproductive complexes weren't running at full rate, and therefore problems. Other problems. There's like an empty barrel sitting there for some reason, and that empty barrel was jamming up the Rouk paddocks in that spot. This place doesn't have enough empty barrels, or enough barrels in general, so I'm going to add a few here. Yeah, let's put them all in. And then there's just a bunch of missing modules and a couple of missing inserters, and yeah, it's my area had seen better days, so I'm going to fix all of this stuff up. Let's clear out this. I need something where it's just the Rouk paddocks and the modules so that I can highlight all the places that I've missed a module. Hopefully this will highlight them all. And then I'm going to go through and find the missing inserters and the missing modules and fill them in. Oh, I need this running at 60 Rouks per minute. Otherwise, yeah, my latex is going to keep having hiccups, and every time there's a hiccup in the latex, because I'm not using belts, I'm using caravan outposts, it's going to cause a drop rather than a slowdown. So yeah, I'll be back after I've fixed all these problems. Alright, so that's addressed. I'm going to tackle a couple pieces of low-hanging fruit that I've screwed up or were suboptimal. My wind sensor has issues. Where is it? Oh, it's right here. So sometimes this item that's on the belt that's triggering the wind sensor gets caught on places in the belt that it shouldn't, and that's because I'm using a belt to try and simulate a combinator. If it gets caught here, that means that the wind is sufficient, but it wasn't being read, so it wasn't being transmitted. So sometimes my wind sensor was not working, and that was getting worse and worse because with all the things triggering off the wind sensor, it was stuttering and causing additional issues. Also, I've got a problem here where I hooked up the wrong wire to the iron setup, and I need to correct that. It's supposed to be on the red wire. Love that. Okay, so I'm going to fix that. Then pretty soon I need to address the fact that my liquid fuel system is going to need a change. With hot air coming in, I need to reduce the amount of liquid fuel that I make. Currently, I'm making as much as I possibly can to run my glassworks. However, now that I'm going to be using coke oven gas, now that I'm using coke oven gas, the coke oven gas has a lot of fuel value, and I need to use the glassworks to void it. Otherwise, I won't be able to make as much hot air as I want. So I'm going to go over there and change the tar processing setter to go back to a low fuel configuration. I just need to make a few tar processing plants, and I'm going to take care of that. Also going to take care of the fact that I do not make as many air core inductors as I would really like. I just needed to speed that up. So back after I'm over there adjusting the tar processing center. Alright, and that is addressed. So now I'm no longer voiding gasoline, I'm no longer voiding pitch, and not only that, but I am voiding as much anthracene and naphthalene as possible because, I just want to absolutely minimize the amount of fuel value that I produce from this system. That means I'm going to be voiding extra creosote through creating treated wood, which is good because I'm going to need more in the future. And hopefully I have caught this before I screwed up automation science too much because, I still need to be able to make pitch. Alright, this looks pretty good. I think I just need to put an overflow valve here. Or top up. Yeah, let's put a top up here. Because, I don't want to flood my system with creosote by accident and then create a situation where I've caused the same problem that I had earlier where creosote kind of filled everything up and then backed up the tar system. Okay, so that is done. Now I think I can go work on hot air and get the things that I actually wanted to do this episode done. So I'll be back after I've created the materials that I need for the hot air build and have gone off to work on it. So here's where I'm going to be creating hot air. The hot air process is a little bit complicated, but straightforward once you look at it a bit more. What you do is you take the hot coke oven gas, which is made up at the area that I set up last time. You pass it through regenerative heat exchangers that turn the coke oven gas from 250 degrees centigrade to only 100 degrees centigrade, and turn regular bricks into warm bricks. Then the warm bricks get moved to another heat exchanger where they return to being cool bricks, and the hot air is made. You also have to add a pressure pump to make pressurized air to feed into the system. I didn't even configure the pressurized air yet. Be done. All right. So with all that said, you also need to prime it with some bricks, but the bricks are completely reused. They just need to flow through the system in and out, and you just need to make sure you didn't add too many of them. Yeah, that's pretty much it for making hot air. Then the hot air gets used basically to improve the productivity of things like glassware and petri dishes. The glassware gets plus 50% productivity essentially, so you get 3 glassware instead of 2, which also means that you need far less Rauks to make the same amount of Pi 1 science, which is great because, you know, that is a huge build and also a smaller latex build. And yeah, I also get, for petri dishes, basically double productivity. I don't know why I say basically, it's completely double productivity. 4 instead of 2. Alright, looks like I've missed a couple of power poles that I need here. And I'm going to have to go over and turn on the coke oven gas, but before that, I'm just going to make a little bit of wood to have the burners start going. I want to get these warmed up as soon as possible so that the hot air starts flowing. I also can set up a caravan right now to go and fetch treated wood for me. So treated wood is over here. I'm making plenty of it extra now that I've changed all of my naphthalene and anthracene to creosote. So need to fill up that, empty here, get the food. Sure, I've added some jerky to your cargo first. Now go ahead and fetch your food and start filling this up with treated wood. Alright, so this is going to take some time to heat up. I'm going to go up and turn the coke oven gas build back on, and also connect up the glassworks that will be running from cool coke oven gas rather than from the syngas that I was running from before. Alright, with that done, I still have quite a few things left to do. I think the first thing I'm going to tackle is changing over my current glassware build to use hot air. Also, I will set up... well, I can do this while I'm right here. So I'm going to use 3 of these, and this was planned ahead of time. 3 of these glassware centers are going to be hot air based. That is enough to completely run my this Pi 1 build. That means that the rest of those glassware are basically backup if I do not have enough hot air. Like I should. I think I've run it through YAFC to make sure that both petri dishes and the glassware can run off the amount of hot air that I've built, and really it's making sure that I haven't I can continue to void enough cold coke oven gas to the glassware builds to run those run as much hot air as I want. It's not a production issue, it's a byproduct issue. Alright, so that should have those glassware areas set up. Next, the petri dishes areas set up. Next, I'm going to work on the glassware. Glassware is on my mind. So, yeah, I just need to find the right place to stick an overflow pump, or a top-up pump in this case, actually, because glassware is supposed to have the priority. There we go. And now I need to take this apart. Hopefully not destroy my inventory completely in the process, but yeah, I'm going to get rid of all of this. Yes. And copy over the build that is set up for glassware, because I just need less stuff here. And rather than like keeping it all here, I decided I would clean it up in the process. It was just what I was afraid of, the latex explosion, as I've tried to destroy. Oop, that is weird. Yeah, blueprint shotgun acts kind of weird when it's collecting stuff up. Yeah, it acts weird when you're trying to destroy containers with it, rather than just not destroying the container, as normally happens when you're kind of like destroying something. It destroys it anyway, and then litters. But it's so useful. There's no way I should actually complain about it. Okay, that is cleaned up. I'm going to fill in the build to the south and see if I can get rid of some of the litter that I've got on me now. And I'll be back with you after I've done the work on both of these sections. Alright, so it's still going to take a little bit of time for my hot air to get going, but I still have a lot of things to connect up to pipes and undergrounds and so forth and so on. So I'm going to keep working on that, yeah, I should be done with that in time for hot air to get going. Alright, I've connected power to the new Pi 1 build as well. Hopefully this will get things running. Although it also will let me check, see places that I've missed a power pole. Added a lot of seaweed litter somehow. So yeah, I'm going to run through and continue working on getting this Pi 1 build running. Shouldn't take too much longer. And then either I'll be waiting for hot air, or I will be diagnosing all the issues that I've created. Probably the latter. So, of course, one of the things that I messed up, even though I spoke about it, was priming these regenerative inserters with bricks. They need... well, 500 is definitely overkill, but because they empty their load of bricks faster than they collect them, the hot air regenerative heat exchanger goes faster than these 10 brick warmer heat exchangers. It should just fill up the bus with the sorry, not the bus, the belt with regular stone bricks. So that's not a problem. to have some extra. Of course, I don't want to fill up the machines completely, but I mean, I don't want to fill it up so to the point that this machine can't work. But I'll come back and collect it if there's some excess. And I think this was supposed to be an overflow, rather a top-up. Yeah, because I want the coke oven gas going up north. Speaking of, let's check out our coke oven gas situation up here. Yeah, every system that I didn't actually test and watch working has some issues. Like, there's some belts that are not connected, of course. And these need to be connected as well. Probably didn't need to do that, but that's okay. This ash needs to be disposed of. Okay, so let's see. This is 5. 5 stacks total is okay, but they're all putting it on the same side, which is not okay. Alright, that's a little bit better. I've got hot air flowing. Automation Science is having problems, but that's acceptable because I know I need to deal with fixing my fuel system. So that's the next job I'll be off to do. Ooh, why are you... Oh, you're not... You're missing an underground. Alright, that's better. Nothing seems to be backing up here, which is good. Perfect. Or at least hopefully perfect. Missing some belt, some pipes there. How are you doing now? 1 pipe. Alright, I'll have to come back and check that this is all working again once the hot air is being properly consumed, but yeah, I'll need to go deal with my fuel system next. So what I need to do is make my fuel system have another sushi pipe. I'm going to take the coke oven gas and kind of mix it with the tar byproduct stuff. Oops. All right. Always something interrupting me as I build and try and talk at the same time. So, as I was saying, got to mix the coke oven gas with the tar byproduct stuff. The tar byproducts need to get priority, and then, if absolutely necessary, syngas can be the last one, the fuel gas of last resort. So I'm going to set that up and be right back. Alright, and that should do it. I have check valves on the tar byproduct stuff and the coke oven gas. The coke oven gas doesn't pump if this valve has anything in it, and the syngas doesn't pump if either of these have anything in it. So that should be my prioritization. All I have to do is hook it back up to that fuel line that was powering all those glassworks, the glassware and petri dishes, and hopefully that will work. I have a little bit of hot air going in here, so the petri dishes are being made from the hot air recipe, which is great. What's the speed on this? Fast enough for just one inserter to do it. Rather slow enough. So now I have... Oh, I've already got PyScience 1 being made by the new build. Perfect. Let's just sideload that. That should be plenty of capacity on one side of that belt. My science 1 is going crazy, but that may be temporary. I'm going to start looking over my build for issues, because there always are some. And then maybe find a couple of busy work tasks. Because, oh, I've got like 10 minutes left. Awesome. Because my task list has plenty of items in it. Like, I fixed the wind sensor. Do that. Finished logs. Added the seaweed modules. Fixed the missing moss. Fixed the Vrauk thing, I hope. Actually, let's check Vrauks. Why is my graph not there? Weird. Okay. Now it is. Vrauks. For the last 10 minutes. Running at 60 per minute, almost. The fact that it's almost is concerning. I'll have to look over that system real quick and see if there's any missing modules still, or I don't know. But yeah. How's my tar processing doing? That should be voiding gasoline. Are you not full of gasoline? Okay, maybe this needs to be a overflow only. Put it at 50. Alright. This should make me plenty of creosote to be able to void the gasoline. I might need a little bit more naphthalene voiding, or anthracene. This makes 240. This voids... what? 200. Okay, so I need a couple more tar processing machines there. That's okay. That's easy to handle. I'll do that. Do that real soon. Okay, yeah, I'm just going to look for errors in my build, particularly Vrauks. Very concerned about those guys. Pitch is full, as you'd expect. Tar is hopefully going up. Shouldn't be draining out. Okay, looks like it's going up. So yeah, off to deal with issues that I can find. Alright, found hopefully the last minor problem, that one that was hinky because I had to go around a cliff, was causing issues. Okay, so no big deal. And hopefully now my Vrauks will run at 60 per minute. I'm going to put in that last bit of tar processing and then go back to looking for issues. But things are going pretty well, well enough that I decided to do a little bit of additional things that I wanted to do. So one of the things that I wanted to do was adjust my interrupts. These interrupts, well, let me show you first. So the interrupts to go and pick up from the depots, they go in sequential order from the highest priority to the lowest priority, but then they get stuck at the lowest priority, which is not the greatest. Like in this case, I've got bricks here and no bricks here. So even though the must priority, when that caravan comes to drop off, they'll drop it off, and they'll try and drop it off here, then there, and then it'll go. It's not the best. So what I'm going to do is adjust this interrupt to add a circuit condition, and the circuit condition will check to see if there are bricks anywhere to fill up the caravan. So greater than or equal to 30k again. And then put that at the top of the list. Then the caravan should definitely be able to go through and fill their cargo. and then it'll cycle back to the Spricks if somehow some other caravan stole their cargo right before they got it. So that's that one saved. I need to find, well, I guess I can just work on it right here. The same one for Ash. Truck station. Condition. Anyway, so yeah, this will make my depot pickups just a little bit more efficient, and mean there'll be less stuff buffering when the caravans actually want it. Okay, save interrupt and then go away. I've also cheated a little bit because I'm still concerned that this latex, there's just not going to be enough in this buffer. So what I'm doing is I'm going to make the caravan that drops off to here, he will drop off some here first and then go drop off here. So it will make sure this one at least will stay full, and therefore I'll be able to maintain my current rate. And I'm not going to bump up that rate until I get to kind of like push a little bit more pressure into here, because I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be able to make it this time, at least this time around, unless I kind of stalled Pi Science 1 for a little bit longer, and I don't feel like doing that. So, but it should be quite easy for me to just add a little bit more production to this. I need to just add a few more Vrauks here, and that will get me more latex coming in, and then I'll be safe. What I won't be safe about is this. This is becoming a big problem. I've got a lot of dead miners, and I'm not going to be able to maintain my rate from this. So next episode, I'm definitely going to hook up some more small parts, and I can't really, like, I could do it right now, but as you can see, like the planter boxes are also kind of just not full, and that's because the stone that is produced by the iron system is kind of necessary to keep it all going, and I currently have that stone getting filtered into here. So yeah, next that's a next episode issue. Sorry about that, my voice is going weird. This episode, let's see, what are we on for time? I think I'm gonna call it. I think like there might be issues. Still, obviously, a little bit nervous that I missed something on Vrauks, but I guess I will see that in hands-off mode and find out if I've messed up again or if I've successfully, yeah, like already, like my automation science is getting pretty low. So we'll see. I guess that's the drama of it. Thank you for joining me. Looking forward to seeing you next time. See you then.